Millfield was a small, peaceful town nestled in the heart of the countryside. Its people lived simple lives, farming the land and enjoying the peace and quiet of their surroundings. But one day something changed. A dark presence began to haunt the town, and the villagers knew that something was not right. It started with strange noises in the night, and then reports of missing livestock. Soon people began to disappear too. The town was in chaos and no one knew what to do. The local sheriff tried to keep order, but he was as baffled as everyone else. Then, one day, a group of hunters arrived in town. They had heard about the strange goings-on and had come to investigate. They were a tough-looking bunch, with hardened faces and weapons at their sides. The townspeople were relieved to have some help, and they welcomed the hunters with open arms. The hunters set to work immediately scouring the town for clues. They questioned everyone, from the oldest farmer to the youngest child, trying to piece together what was happening. It wasn't long before they discovered the truth: the undead had risen from their graves. They set traps and fortified the town, preparing for a fight. And it wasn't long before the undead arrived. They came in droves, their eyes lifeless and their bodies decaying. But the hunters were ready, and they fought with all their might. This snippet was generated in Yandex Cloud. The hunters were overpowered and they fell one by one. The townspeople watched in horror as their defenders were torn apart by the undead. It seemed like all was lost. But then a miracle happened. One of the hunters had discovered the source of the undead's power, a cursed artifact buried deep beneath the town. The hunters knew what they had to do. They gathered together and they made a plan. This snippet was generated in Yandex Cloud. Under the cover of darkness, the hunters snuck into the town square. They found the artifact and destroyed it, breaking the curse that had brought the undead to life. It wasn't long before the undead began to crumble into dust, their bodies returning to the earth. As the dawn broke over Millfield, the townspeople emerged from their homes. They saw the hunters gathered in the town square, their faces bloodied and bruised, but triumphant. The undead were gone, and the town was saved. The hunters stayed for a few more days, making sure that the undead were truly gone. And when they were sure, they left, disappearing into the horizon. The townspeople knew that they owed the hunters their lives. They would never forget their bravery and their skill in the face of danger. And they knew that if the undead ever returned, they would be ready.